Let me add just a little more to the Georgia election law. As the leader said, Democrats took the Senate right to the edge on this. Basically, we're willing to federalize the national election process to take the FEC. We're going to vote on an FEC commissioner today, the equally divided FEC, and turn it into a 4-2 FEC. There's a reason there are 3 Democrats and 3 Republicans on the FEC. I'm a Republican, but I'm voting for the Democrat today because there should be 3 Democrats on the FEC, just like there should be 3 Republicans. But that was part of the law they took. But part of the reason was the suppression laws that suddenly they decided were out there. The Georgia law expanded the number of mandatory early voting days. It codified drop boxes in every county, something that didn't exist at all before the pandemic. It aligned mail-in deadlines with the postal recommendations to be sure the ballots actually got counted that were mailed in. It maintained no excuse absentee voting, which neither Delaware or New York has. 2 big critics of the law were the president and the majority leader. Neither of their states have no excuse absentee voting. By Friday of last week, that was the last day of early voting, 800,000 Georgians cast early ballots. 4 years ago, 300,000 Georgians cast early ballots. And in the presidential, 326,000 Georgians voted in the presidential. Substantially more than 2 times as many people voted under the so-called suppression law as had ever voted early in Georgia before. Hopefully, now remember, this is a law that not only took the Senate to the brink over voter suppression, it was the law that moved the All-Star game out of Atlanta because of legislative suppression that has turned out producing more early voting by far than any other time in the state's history. The goal was to make it easier to vote, which they obviously have done, and harder to cheat, which they hopefully did.